The Brothers. In a time before all currently known empires, both great and small, had risen and fallen, times were rougher and wilder than they are now. Life was as hard then as the field that needed plowing. Life was as wild then as the waves that needed fishing. On those waves, on waters where the sight of land was a hopeless dream, two brothers rowed in search of a new life. They came from the lands of the sequoia trees, and each carried a sequoia cone in their pocket. Their boat was better suited to float around a pond than navigating the unforgiving ocean. Barely the length of a man, it had only 2 oars, one for each brother. For weeks they rowed with an equal measure of hope and fear. These waters would bring them new life. In all directions, water formed at their base. An overcast sky hid the otherwise overbearing sun. "What if we go overboard, brother?" asked the cowardly brother. "We will not go overboard, brother. Look at this beautiful weather. Fortune shines upon us." The brave brother rowed with a carefree ease. "But what if?" asked the cowardly brother. "If one goes overboard, we both go overboard, and we will rise to the surface together." The brothers rowed for another couple hours. On the horizon, dark clouds replaced the overcast sky. "Storms are coming," said the cowardly brother. The brave brother nodded. "What if we go overboard, brother?" "We will not go overboard, brother. Look at this sturdy boat. Those clouds will bring fresh rain. Our bodies will be cleansed, and our thirst will be slaked. Fortune shines upon us." Again, the brave brother rowed with a carefree ease. "But what if?" asked the cowardly brother. "If one goes overboard, we both go overboard, and we will rise to the surface together," answered the brave brother. The rain came as predicted, drenching their bodies and quenching their thirst. Also as predicted, the brave brother laughed and sang through the rain, while the cowardly brother huddled around himself. For another couple hours, the brothers rowed, the rain amplifying the brave brother's gregarious mood, as well as deepening the cowardly brother's dour. "The storm is worsening," called the cowardly brother from his huddled position. The brave brother nodded. "The winds are blowing harder, and the waves are growing. What if we go overboard, brother?" "We will not go overboard, brother. Look at this sturdy boat. It will rock like a cradle and put us to sleep like babes. The slumber will refresh our bodies. Fortune shines upon us." The brave brother rowed with struggle on the rocking boat. The storm worsened. The brave brother smiled broader than ever. The cowardly brother let go of his oar and clutched the sides of the boat. The brave brother took the oar from the cowardly brother and rowed for them both. The howling storm drowned out his boisterous singing. "What if we go overboard, brother?" shouted the cowardly brother. But the storm was too strong for the brave brother to hear. It was also too strong for him to hang on. A massive wave capsized the boat and flipped it back over until it was right side up. The cowardly brother's hand held true and kept him in the boat. But the brave brother was nowhere to be seen. Frantic, the cowardly brother looked all around the sides of the boat. An outstretched hand clawed toward the side of the boat. The cowardly brother reached for it, but the hand disappeared under a wave. If one goes overboard, we both go overboard, the cowardly brother muttered under his breath. The cowardly brother dove into the ocean. The rocky waves parted for him. Downward he swam. He chased his brother's arm, always just out of reach. Darkness swallowed what little light penetrated those deeps. When he thought he could swim no further, he clasped his brother's hand, but not before they touched the ocean floor. The light barely touched this far down. He couldn't see his brother's eyes, but he knew they were closed. With an arm wrapped around his brother, he pushed off the ocean floor and swam toward the surface. If one goes overboard, they both go overboard, and both will rise to the surface together, he repeated in his mind. They rose and rose and rose, but the ocean was too deep. Both brothers' air ran out, and the world turned black, and not from a lack of light. The brothers sank to the bottom of the ocean. Currents washed over their corpses, and there they laid for 1,000 years. If you ever travel the ocean on waters where the sight of land is a hopeless dream, where in all directions water forms the base, there is something most unusual and unnatural. For it is in this very spot where two brothers made a promise to each other. If one goes overboard, they both go overboard. From those corpses, and rising from the depths of the ocean, thousands of feet below, those sequoia seeds in their pocket took to those harsh sands. The sequoias grew from those deeps and burst through, towering 1,000 feet above the surface of the ocean, and they were forever known as the brothers. And both had risen to the surface together.